Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm down at Hendrick Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Concord, and we're going to take a look at their 2022 Jeep Renegade Trailhawk. So huge shout out to them for providing this vehicle for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. They have a huge selection of new and pre-owned inventory. That link is down below. The Renegade that you see behind me is finished off in Sting Gray with an MSRP just over $30,000. And to start off today's review, we're going to take a look at what powers this Renegade. This has a 1.3 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine paired to the 9-speed automatic transmission. It pumps out 177 horsepower around 5,700 RPM and 210 pound-feet of torque around 1,700 RPM. This features the full-time 4-wheel drive system. It weighs in right around 3,500 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in just under 9 seconds, up to its top speed of 123 miles an hour. And it has a fuel capacity of 12.7 gallons. You can expect to see around 22 miles per gallon in the city and 27 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 101.2 inches. Its overall length is 166.6. It has a width of 74.2, a height of 66.5 inches, and its ground clearance measures in at 8.7 inches. As we move on to the exterior styling now for this Jeep Renegade, let's start off with this grille. This is an iconic design from Jeep to have the 7 individual slats along with the mesh behind it. There is a little bit of a cutout in the lower section to provide cooling to that engine, as well as the cutout right in the middle and the lower section of the bumper. Now for the Trailhawk, this gets a lot of red accents, including the red on the front tow hooks. This even has LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals. Now the turn signals are separate from the headlight housing. As you can tell, they're down below with the LED fog lights. There's a lot of plastic trim in the lower section of the bumper. The Trailhawk is meant for going off-road, so it's nice to see that. If it was body colored, it would just get scraped up a little bit more if you're actually taking this off-road. On the hood, there's a matte black stripe running right down the middle just to give it more of that sporty design. Really nice lines on both sides as well. There's even skid plates up underneath this model, protecting the transfer case as well as the fuel tank and a few other locations. And then as we move on to the side, this has a really nice set of 17-inch wheels with a two-tone design, giving it a great contrast against this exterior color. And you'll notice too that the trim from the lower section of the bumper works its way around the fender flares and even the lower section of the doors. The Renegade badge has red for the background, as well as a trail rated badge, which is just in front of the side mirrors. These are finished off in gloss black with the integrated turn signal. There's even more black surrounding the window trim. The roof racks are blacked out as well. And there's even more gloss black just above the windows too. To give it a really cool design, the Renegade has more of a boxy style to it. Very unique compared to other smaller size SUVs in its class, but it has a great design in my opinion. And then making our way to the rear, this has a body colored spoiler with the integrated third brake light. The wiper blade is in the lower section just to provide you with better visibility. This has a nice looking set of LED taillights with gloss black for the surround. This model does have a backup camera. The Trailhawk badge is on one side. There's even more red on the rear facing tow hook, which is great to see. And this also has a towing capacity right around 2,000 pounds. So for the size and the engine, this is very adequate. You can put on smaller trailers if you need to use this. Now let's work our way to the rear cargo. So I'm going to use the button up underneath. And when we lift this up, there's a good amount of space with the back seats up. Really nice flat surface. There's a storage bin on this driver's side, same with over on the passenger side. It's a little bit larger. There's also a speaker and then a few tie-down hooks so you can safely secure items. And with the back seats folded down, this is a very usable smaller size SUV. There's definitely plenty of room for any items that you need to pack in the back. There's also additional storage up underneath the floor where this even has a spare tire along with those toolkits, so you could put a few items down below if you needed to. And then on the back side of the liftgate is even a Jeep grill, which is a cool Easter egg to see. And there's one grab handle over on the passenger side. Very lightweight, so it makes it easy to close. And now we can move on to these back seats. And with the door open, the door panel has a really nice design to it. The color of this leather on the armrest is very similar to the exterior color, so it's a really nice match to see, along with having all of the black accents. The surround for one of the 6 speakers is finished off in matte black with another Jeep grille. There's more matte black surrounding the window control and a little bit of storage in the lower section. And then this model has a really nice set of two-tone for the cloth seats. There's a really nice diagram and some numbers on the inserts, which is a cool design along with all of the red stitching. There's even a Trailhawk logo on the back section of the front seat. And at 5'10" with the front seat set at my height, I have a little bit of room for my feet and my legs, and then 4 or 5 inches above my head. So really spacious. You could be taller than me and still fit in the back of this smaller size SUV. Right in the middle, as you saw earlier, on the back section of the middle seat is where the cup holders are placed along with the armrest. Really cool to see that integration. And then right in the middle is a USB along with a 3-prong outlet so your backseat passengers can charge electronics. And you have a good amount of visibility from the back seats. And then with the back seats folded down, you can tell from this angle just how much more interior storage this vehicle has to offer, which is great. There's also a storage pocket over on that passenger seat. And then before we move on to the front seats, this model does have remote start. So with the key fob, all I need to do is lock it, double tap on this button, it will automatically start up. And then I can double tap that button again if I want to shut it off. And with the vehicle still locked, all I need to do is walk up to it, place my hand on the door handle. I can easily open it up. That small black button is used to lock the vehicle, of course. We have that same color on the armrest. We now have red accents for the speaker surround, all of the window controls and the side mirror adjustments. And then as I mentioned earlier, a lot of the red accents continue their way to the front. It's surrounding the air vents. It's down in the lower section, as you'll see. And the front seats even get Trailhawk in red, matches the red stitching very nicely. These are power adjusting seats, so all of those controls are down on the side. And for being a smaller size SUV, it's easy to get in and out. I do have to step up and over the door sill. We have a very wide opening door to make it much easier to enter and exit. The steering wheel is also finished in black leather with red stitching. Really nice to see that. And then on the right side is all the cruise control settings. On the left side is Bluetooth and voice commands. And all of these arrows will adjust the center screen. In order to do that, we'll fire this up. With my foot on the brake, that engine start stop button is on the right side. We can bring this to life. And looking at this gauge cluster, on the left side is the tach, on the right side is the miles per hour, and then right in the middle, using those buttons over on the left side, we'll go through all of this information. Currently it's on fuel economy, so we can monitor all of that information along with the trip information. I can scroll down to the engine start stop feature to monitor that, as well as look at the audio, any messages you may have. And then the last one is the screen setup. So if I go into this in the upper right, I can configure whether I want to see the outside temperature, the date, the time. I can have nothing showing there, pull up the compass. You can do that with the upper left as well as the center. You can show your gear display as well. Really nice to be able to configure that. There's also settings to go into. We have the speedometer. You can go through a lot of vitals like the TPMS and some other engine vitals just to monitor those. There's the driving assistance that you can monitor, and we're back to the fuel economy. So it's nice to see all of that information. Over on this left side, we have the headlight and fog light adjustments, as well as dimmer switches for the gauges, that one air vent, and then behind the steering wheel, there's also volume and tuning controls, so you can use those on both sides. Really nice to see that addition. Right in the middle are 2 air vents with more of that matte black. And then right in the middle is the 8.4-inch touchscreen system. There's a lot more to go through. On the lower section, there's media. If I click on climate, I can pull up the fan speed, where I'd like the air to go. If I go into these controls now, this even has heated seats as well as a heated steering wheel, so you can quickly turn those on and off. Apps is right next to that, where you can go into a lot more, like the heated steering wheel, go to your projection, which is how you can pair your phone to this system. And you can even drag and drop these to the lower section. So let's say you're using your driver heated seat a lot. You can drag and drop it to the bottom where you now have a shortcut to that icon. Pretty cool to see. I can even pull up the navigation and view that in full screen. There's the phone icon when you have that paired. And the last one is for general settings that you can go through just depending on how you'd like to set this up. So it's a really helpful system to have. Underneath that, you can turn that screen off if you'd like to. There's the hazards, you can mute the audio. This has the lane keeping assist, which you can turn on and off. Power and volume for the radio is on this left side, tuning is on the right side, and there's even more physical buttons for the climate controls with the fan speed right in the middle. Where you'd like the air to go, you can shut this off. This does have dual zone climate, so you can adjust driver and passenger or sync them together if you need to. There's also the auto and the front and rear defrosters. On the lower right is a 12 volt along with an auxiliary and a USB. And then on this left side is all of the different driving modes. There's a downhill assist control along with 4-wheel low. There's a 4-wheel lock. And then you can use this toggle switch to go between auto, snow, sand, mud, and rock. And when you change that, it will change in the center gauge cluster so you can see snow, sand, as well as mud. we have to go into a 4-wheel low in order to enter the rock setting, and I'm gonna go all the way back into auto since we are on the pavement. But each of those diagrams will change depending on the mode. Really neat to see that in a small vehicle like this. There's a good amount of storage space just underneath that. And then moving on to the shifter, with my foot on the brake, we can put this into reverse where you will see the backup camera and the guidelines. And then you can go down into drive and use this shifter to go through the gears if you'd like to. If you're taking this off the pavement and you want to hold the gear, makes it really nice to have. We have the engine start stop feature as well as traction control and the electronic parking brake with more of that red trim also surrounding the 2 cup holders and a little bit of storage where you could place your phone or other items. And right in the middle is a pretty narrow center console, but it is deep, so you could put some items in there if you want to. Finished off in leather with more of the red stitching. On the passenger side is the glove box with a lot of room, as well as a grab handle, so you can use that if you are taking this off-road. We'll take one last look at the seats. And then up in the middle of the headliner are the dome lights, as well as a few call buttons as well. Now that we're behind the wheel of this 2022 Jeep Renegade Trailhawk, this is one of my favorite smaller size SUVs, simply because it's one of the few, if not the only, that is purpose built for off-road. Now obviously this is not a hardcore off-roader. It's probably not going to see off the pavement too often, but we have a lot of different driving modes to take this off-road, and I have seen some videos of this actually doing trails and not just taking it on some gravel roads or straight situations like that. You can actually take this off-road, get some articulation with it, and it's cool to see that for a vehicle like this, you can do that. Now, this is probably going to see the pavement 99% of the time, maybe even 100% of the time, just depending on the owner, obviously. But it's neat to see that you have some off-road capabilities with the amount of ground clearance, the different driving modes. With the 4-wheel drive system, this will basically send the power where it needs to go. So basically you just have to do the gas and the braking. Now this does have a downhill assist control, which is really nice to have. So that way you basically have cruise control for going downhill and you really don't have to even touch the brake, which is great to see. So you can take your Renegade off-road if you want to. Really cool to see that for the size. And I think that for the size of this as well, it's packaged very nicely. Plenty of room for all of your passengers, a lot of room behind the seats for that cargo area, and the fact that you can hook up a small trailer. You could haul maybe some dirt bikes, something, a 4-wheeler, if you're going off-road or getting into those gravel situations, you were pulling something. It's the best of both worlds. As far as visibility, over that left shoulder, I can easily see out. I can see over the right side, a little bit of a pillar in the back there, but you do have a second window for your backseat passengers as well. But I can see around that. I can use my side mirrors, and I like this amount of glass that's in front of the side mirrors too, just to give you a little bit more visibility, especially on that passenger side. And I really like the design of this windshield. It's very tall. It seems like it's pushed far away from the driver's seat, but you have plenty of visibility. It's kind of like you're in a bubble in a sense. It's definitely a different experience to be behind the wheel of this, but with the boxy design, I think it works well. You can see the bulge in the hood too, which is really neat with all of the matte black vinyl. But this is a really cool vehicle to drive. It's super comfortable, very soft in the suspension. I don't have any issues with that. And now as we switch over to the POV angle for this Jeep Renegade, hopefully you can tell from this angle the visibility that I was talking about with the size of this windshield. Definitely very open feeling. And there's not a lot of road noise, wind noise, even the traffic that is currently passing me or about to pass me there. You really can't hear it, which is nice. As far as maneuverability goes, with a quick 3-point turn, pretty tight. So if you do happen to take this off the pavement, it's going to be very nimble, especially through tight trails. And we'll give it one acceleration just in normal mode here. That is pretty peppy. Mild acceleration, we're up to speed. So for the smaller size engine and the lightweight of this vehicle, it's pretty peppy. It'll get up and move. You don't have to worry about it being underpowered. So it's great to see that for a smaller, more economical size engine, still has a good amount of power to get it up and moving. All of the red accents too are a really nice touch. The one thing that I do wish that they did was the speaker covers for your backseat passengers. There's really no red accents back there aside from the stitching, so it'd be nice to see a little bit more from the Trailhawk package for your backseat passengers. Maybe this could have been red as well. Maybe up here there's a point where it's overboard, but it'd be nice to see a little bit more. I think it's done well for the moment, just maybe adding some to the back seats. Aside from that, I think that's going to wrap it up for this small size off-roader vehicle, the 2022 Jeep Renegade Trailhawk. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Concord for providing this vehicle for me today. Check out their website, that's down in the description below. Comment down below as well, let me know, is this something that you would buy and actually take it off the pavement? I think it does have some capabilities. Obviously, it does have some limitations as well, but with maybe a small lift, some other modifications, you could have a good time taking this off the pavement. But anyway, that's gonna wrap it up. Give the video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.